Good morning, Blue Maths Group, and welcome to another week of home learning. Okay, so on screen today, I have a starter, which is a recap of what we were doing last week, which is counting in tens and counting in twos. So the first question it asks is, can we count in tens to 100? Okay, so should we do it together? Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Well done if you counted that with me. Now, can we count backwards in tens? So can we go from 100 all the way down? Are you ready? Let's try that one. 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Well done. Okay, now for the one that we learned last week, which is counting in twos. Now, under the books here, I do have the sheet, but I'm not going to show it to you to begin with, okay? We're going to try and do it without. So let's see if we can, okay? All the way to 50. Are you ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, and 50. How did you do with that one? How far did you get before it got tricky? Or could you do it all very easily? Let's have a look at those numbers that I had hidden. So if you found this tricky, remember we talked last week about that little rhyme, didn't we? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Even numbers, they are great. And remember, even numbers are numbers that can be shared between two people and there's nothing left over. Okay, so look, we've got all of our numbers with 2s on, all of our numbers with 4s at the end, 6s at the end, 8 and 0s. So our ones column has always got to have a 2, a 4, a 6, an 8 or a 0 in it, hasn't it? If you found that tricky, remember that we skip a number, don't we? So we don't say 1, we say 2. We don't say that one, we say 4. We don't say, and that's how we work through counting in twos. So if you did find that tricky, pause me, stay on this screen for a little while and practice your counting in twos. Remember, you've also got that dance from last week, the Dance in Twos dance that you can have another look at YouTube if you need to practice a little bit more. Okay, now let's move on and see what we're learning about this week. Right, so this week we are going to take a look at money. Now, on the screen are lots of coins, and I'm sure you've seen people or you've had these coins yourself. Maybe they're in your piggy bank at home. So it would be amazing if you could find some of these coins and maybe have them on the table as we're looking at them. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time. Pause me, go away. If you can, find one of each of the coins and then have them on the table so that you can be looking at them and feeling them and touching them as we're talking about them. Okay, have you found some coins? Hopefully you have. If not, don't worry because the pictures are on the screen, so it doesn't matter. But if you've got coins, it's just quite nice to be able to look at them at the same time because you can turn them over and have a look at both sides. Okay, so these are all the different coins that we have that we can spend to buy things in our shops. Now, coins are smaller value money. You may see people using notes. They're bigger value. We're not going to look at those at the moment. We're just looking at the coins. And if we look at our coins, they all look different sizes, different shapes, different colours. So when you first look at them, it can be a bit tricky to wonder out which one is which because they all are worth a different value. Now, do you know what the word value means? The value is how much it's worth. It doesn't have anything to do with its size. It's how much you can use it for, what you can buy with your money. So the lower the value, the less the money is worth, the smaller the thing you can buy, the less you can buy. You might not be able to afford something. The greater the value, the larger the value, the more likely you are to be able to afford something you want to buy. So if you wanted to buy a comic, for example, from a shop, some of these coins on their own definitely wouldn't be enough to buy that comic. Others might be, and that's their value, how much they're worth. Right, so if we have a look at our coins, as I said, they're all different colours and all different shapes. So we're going to start by splitting them into different groups of coins. So let's have a look. I've split the coins, you can see, into 3 groups. Now, if you've got coins at home, I'd really like you to split your coins into the same 3 groups. Now, the groups are called bronze, silver and gold. Where have we heard those terms before? Bronze, silver and gold. They're medals, aren't they? If people run a race or they're in any kind of event where you get medals at the end, if you win, you get gold, you come first. If you come second, you get silver. And if you come third, you get bronze. So the best one to have is gold, then silver, then bronze. And our money is exactly the same. The ones with the most value are gold. The ones with the next best value are silver. And the ones with the least value, the smallest ones, are bronze. So if we have a look, bronze is like a browny colour. Sometimes it can be quite shiny if the coin is new, but as it gets dirty, it looks a little bit of a browny colour. So bronze, our 2 bronze coins are worth the smallest value. Then we've got 4 silver coins. Now the silver coins are worth more than the bronze, but not as much as the silver and gold coins over here. So we've got our least value in bronze. Next, slightly more value is silver. And then our most valuable, the ones that we can buy most with, are our silver and gold, because they've got silver in the middle and gold on the outside. So if you've got coins and you've separated them into those 3 groups, let's just look at the bronze to start with. So let's have a look at bronze. So we've already decided that our bronze are worth the least amount of money. Now, have a look. These are quite helpful. They've got something on them. They've got a number on them. So this one says the number 2 and this one says the number 1. And underneath here, I have 2 values written. This says 1p, which means 1 penny, 1 pence. So when we've got a coin, we say pence. So this says 1p and this one says 2p. So do you think they're in the right order, or do I need to move them around? Yes, 1p is this one and 2p is this one. Oh, look. So the smaller one is worth less and the larger one is worth more, but only when we're looking at just the bronze. So 1p and 2p, and the p stands for pence, pennies. Okay, right, let's have a look at silver then. So let's take our silver coins. Now, there are 4 silver coins. So to make it easier for us to recognise them, I've split them. The ones with a curved edge, I've put here, and the ones with some vertices, can you see those points on the end? I've put over here. Now the curved ones have a smaller value than the ones with your vertices, your sided shapes, okay? So let's have a look at the curved ones first. So our circles. We have 2 circular coins. They both have a number written on them, but one has it written in numbers and one has it written in words, but they both have their value written on them. So what does that number say? 5. So that one is a 5p. Now this one has its number written in words. It says 10. So that one is a 10p. So they were in the right order. And can you see again, the smaller curved silver coin is worth less than the larger silver curved coin. So we have 5p and 10p. And obviously 5p and 10p are worth more than our bronze, our 1p and our 2p. Now let's have a look at our ones with our vertices. Now this is a 7-sided shape. This is something called a heptagon, which we haven't looked at before. But our 7-sided shapes, again, have the number written on them, but it's written in words, which can be a little bit tricky to read. 1 is worth 20 and 1 is worth 50p. So 20p and 50p. So let's have a look. The word there starts with a f, so that one must be the 50p. And this one starts with a tw, so that must be the 20p, mustn't it? So I'm going to swap these over and I'm going to say that's the 50p and that's the 20p. There we go. Okay, so again, the smaller verticede shape is worth less, the larger verticede shape is worth more. Now let's go and have a look at those big coins, those silver gold. Now they're two-toned, they have two colours, silver and gold. And do you notice the symbol that we write is different? They are no longer called pennies, they're now called pounds. Pounds are worth more than pennies. So if you have pounds, they are worth more, and you could probably buy your comic with one of these. Okay, so let's have a look at them. This one is curved, and this one has lots of different vertices on the side. But if we look at them again, written on them in words is their number. One is worth £1 and one is worth £2. And they're tricky words to read, but the rule still applies. The smaller one is worth the smaller number, and the bigger one is worth the bigger number. So we have £1 is the small silver and gold, and £2 is the bigger silver and gold. Okay, let's have a look at them all together. So here they are all on one chart, ordered by value. So how much they are worth, what you can buy with them. So our bronze is worth the least. 1p is our smaller pet coin and 2p is our larger coin. Then we go on to our silver, and we've split our silver into curved and verticede. So our small 5p and then our larger 10p. Then we look at our verticede coins, they're still silver. We have 20p and 50p. Remember, the smaller one is the less value, the larger one is the greater value. Then we go on to our silver and gold, and silver and gold are different because they're not p anymore. Instead of having a p after the number, we have a weird pound sign in front of the number. So we have £1 and £2. Now I'm going to show you how we write the pound sign. Are you ready? We start at the top and we curl around and we go down and then we cross over. That's how we write our pound sign. You might want to practice writing a pound sign because it's quite a tricky one to do. It looks a little bit like an E, but a capital E, but it's got a curve at the top and the line goes through. But it's not that different from capital E, is it? Right, so let's have a look at today's task. So I've sent this home for you to use a cut and stick method, or if you can't print it off at home, then you can at least order them on the screen and look at what you see on the screen and say where you'd order them. So you have two tasks. The first one is to look at the coins and then under here to cut out the different values and stick the right value underneath the correct coin. So which number, which one is the 2p, which is the pound? So they're all written there for you to make it a little bit easier. You have to stick the right number underneath the right coin. When you've done that, I'd like you to cut out all the coins and order them in value from the smallest, the one that you could buy the least with, to the greatest, the one that you could buy the most with. Okay, have a go at that, and I'll see you again tomorrow and we'll look at some more money. Bye for now.